For instance, Terry, I'm the guest, and I say, what are the nacho nuggets? You say,
cheddar cheese nuggets and mild jalapeno peppers covered in a Mexican-style corn breading.
oh, that sounds very good. Excellent job. Michelle, I say I'll have those nacho nuggets. You say,
how about a side of sour cream or guacamole with that?
good, good. Hey,
Very good.
both of you, that's very good. Here's a lotto ticket for your efforts. Good job.
Yay!
All right, good luck on those.
Thanks.
Know your appetizers. It is better to know it and not need it than to need it and not know it.
Timing.
The next step in selling more appetizers is timing. Knowing when and where to suggest appetizers to your guests. The key is to be consistent. Suggest appetizers to every guest that sits at your tables or at your bar. Now you may think that, gosh, there's probably a 50% probability that guests might say no if you suggest appetizers, and that's true, but there's always a 100% possibility that they'll say yes. And even if they decline your suggestion, the worst the guest could say is,
No thanks.
Oh, are you ready to order them?
hey, you miss 100% of the shots you never take. And you never know. The guest may say no this time, but will remember and order it next time. The second thing to remember relative to timing is to greet your guests quickly and in a friendly manner. Think about it. If a guest has to wait too long for you to get to the table, how receptive are they going to be to your appetizer suggestion? Probably not very receptive. How long does it seem to a guest when they have to wait? For instance, let's pretend I'm a guest who's just been seated. Daryl, time me. Let me know when 30 seconds have gone by, okay?
That's 30 seconds, Jim.
30 seconds seemed like an hour, didn't it? Yeah. We got to get there quickly. Again, how happy is a guest going to be to see you and listen to your appetizer and beverage suggestion if it takes you too long to get to your table? Remember, 30 seconds is an eternity to a waiting guest. Our guests should not be the waiters. We recommend that you always use the I-135 rule when greeting customers and suggesting appetizers. I stands for immediately greeting the guest, even if you're busy at the time.
Hi, how are you doing tonight? I'm going to be right with you. I'm going to deliver this bottle of wine. I'll be right back, okay?
Remember, never lose your showbiz face in front of your customers. The 1 stands for taking your guest's beverage order within 1 minute of greeting them. The 3 represents a goal of trying to deliver the beverages to your guests within 3 minutes. And the 5 means that ideally, we'd check back to suggest and sell appetizers within 5 minutes of delivering the beverages. When is the best time to suggest appetizers to your customers? Our experience has shown that the best time to suggest appetizers is after you take the beverage order, but before you leave the table to pick the drinks up. For instance,
hi, how are you folks today?
Good, thanks.
Great. Can I get you something to drink to start?
I'd like an iced tea, please.
Okay. And for you, sir?
oh, beer.
How about a bud?
Sure.
Great. And you might want to check out our appetizer list. Our mushroom meltaways are fabulous, and you might want to check out the mini tacos as well. There you go. I'll be right back with your drinks, okay?
Thank you.
How you doing, Fred? You guys doing good?
Do you have onion rings?
I sure do.
Notice how the server used his sales prop and suggested a choice of 2 specific appetizers, all in less than 1 minute. Now notice how our server assumes the sale when he returns with the beverages.
Hello again. Have you decided on an appetizer?
Yeah, we were thinking about this Mexican sampler with the mini tacos and the mini burritos.
That's a fantastic choice. Why don't I go ahead and put that order in, and I'll be right back to take your entree orders, okay?
Sounds great.
Good.
So, wasn't that movie good?
Don't forget that hostesses are salespeople too. Let's watch.
We have a great selection of appetizers listed here. They're also on the back of your menu. And tonight we're featuring 6 fresh Blue Point oysters with a glass of Sutter Home Chardonnay for only $6.95. Or my favorite are the egg roll straws.
And managers are also salespeople. They have lots of opportunities to recommend appetizers when they talk to guests.
Yeah, what's good here?
Ooh, appetizers, that's my favorite to hit on a good one. I would either say the mini tacos or I like the poco peños. Those are really good.
A great myth in our business is that it's easy to sell appetizers at dinner, but it's impossible to sell appetizers at lunch. Wrong. Again, it's just a matter of timing. Let's watch.
Okay.
Gentlemen, I just turned your order in. Should have been about 10 minutes. Can I get you started with some chicken vegetable soup or some chips and guacamole?
I'm not a big soup fan.
Guac and chips, that sounds good.
All right, get this for you.
Okay. Thanks.
Timing is 70% of life. Just showing up is the other 30%.
Guide your guests.
After we know our products and use the right timing, the third skill we need to help us sell more appetizers is to guide our guests. And we do that 2 ways. First, we use our sales props, and secondly, we use the Sullivan nod. Let's discuss sales props first, okay? Sales props include table tents, menus, beer lists, reader boards, beer bottles or wine bottles carried across a dining room or a bar. Always use these great sales tools whenever you suggest appetizers, beer, or wine, or desserts. Hostesses should point out the appetizer list to every guest, and bartenders should set appetizer menus in front of each bar stool. Even if a guest turns down your initial appetizer suggestion at the bar, they may change their mind later. The Sullivan nod is probably the best sales tool you can learn. Now, it means that you very slowly nod your head up and down like this when you smile and make a suggestion to a guest. Let's look at the wrong way to do it first.
You all don't want any appetizers, do you?
Did you want to start out with an appetizer? I didn't think so.
You don't want to make any more money, do you? Mm-hmm. Of course we do, don't we? Yeah. Okay, so use your noggin to do some nodding. That way you increase your sales and you increase your tips. Let's take a look at the right way.
Would you like to try some garlic bread to start?
And we've got a special this month on Ice Draft from Budweiser and our hot chicken wings for only $5.95.
Sounds good. Yeah, we have some of that. Yeah.
Okay, 3 ice drafts.
How about nachos?
Yeah. Okay. Good. We do have the Supreme nachos here. They have spiced beef and chicken. They're $1 more, but they're really wonderful. Great value.
Do you see how well it works? Yeah. Great. Always use the Sullivan nod when suggesting appetizers, beer, wine, and desserts. Okay?
Let's quickly review.
Let's briefly review the key points of this program. By suggesting and selling appetizers, you can make between $3,700 to $5,000 in higher tips this year.